Morning, I am Day. DAA are my initials. I am in recovery from loss, grief, trauma, and addiction. In my years of actively pursuing intentional wellness and recovery, I have found that upon awakening each morning, it is useful to affirm and devote myself to the me of my recovery, the one that ties all the pieces gently, tenderly, lovingly, and sometimes even fiercely together to face each day. These affirmations, devotions, reflections, and meditations have been an arsenal in my toolbox to focus and direct me on how to proceed 24 hours a day. Walk with me on the recovery journey of hope, renewal, resilience, and reflection, and remember that you are not alone. Fair Use, February 28th, Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. February 28th. What? No president? When told that our society has no president having authority to govern it, no treasurer who can compel the payment of any dues, our friends gasp and exclaim, "This simply can't be." 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 132. When I finally made my way to AA, I could not believe that there was no treasurer to compel the payment of dues. I could not imagine an organization that didn't require monetary contributions in return for service. It was my first and thus far only experience with getting something for nothing. Because I did not feel used or conned by those in AA, I was able to approach the program free from bias and with an open mind. They wanted nothing from me. What could I lose? I thank God for the wisdom of the early founders who knew so well the alcoholic's disdain for being manipulated. Fair Use, Courage to Change, One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, February 28th. Turning over my will and my life to the care of a higher power, the third step, is an ongoing process. At first, I surrendered only the big problems. I felt I had no choice. I was clearly powerless, and my best efforts had let me down. There was nowhere left to turn except to a power greater than myself, who could accomplish what I could not. As my recovery progressed, I came to trust this higher power. Today, I am pursuing a deeper relationship by improving my conscious contact with my higher power. When I face a decision, whether it involves dealing with an alcoholic, accepting a job offer, or making plans for the evening, I ask for guidance. When I pick up the phone to speak with an Al Anon friend, I ask that I might serve as a channel for my higher power. I can't always know my higher power's will, but I can seek greater spiritual awareness every day by becoming willing to receive guidance. Today's reminder: faith takes practice. I will include my higher power in more of my actions and decisions today. Step 3 suggests I teach myself from this moment on to be receptive, to open myself to help from my higher power. Al Anon's 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Fair Use. Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, February 28th. The greatest gift. Our newly found faith serves as a firm foundation for courage in the future. Basic text, page 96. When we begin coming to meetings, we hear other addicts talking about the gifts they have received as a result of this program. Things we never thought of as gifts before. One such gift is the renewed ability to feel the emotions we had deadened for so long with drugs. It's not difficult to think of love, joy, and happiness as gifts, even if it's been a long time since we felt them. But what about bad feelings like anger, sadness, fear, and loneliness? Such emotions can't be seen as gifts. We tell ourselves, after all, how can we be thankful for things we want to run from? We can become grateful for these emotions in our lives if we place them in their proper perspective. We need to remember that we've come to believe in a loving higher power, and we've asked that power to care for us. And our higher power doesn't make mistakes. The feelings we're given, good or bad, are given to us for a reason. With this in mind, we come to realize that there are no bad feelings, only lessons to be learned. Our faith and our higher power's care give us the courage we need to face whatever feelings may come up on a daily basis. As we heard early in recovery, your higher power won't give you more than you can handle in just one day. And the ability to feel our emotions is one of the greatest gifts of recovery. Just for today, I will try to welcome my feelings, firm in the belief that I have the courage to face whatever emotions may come up in my life. Fair use. Today, Emotions Anonymous, February 28. Reflection for today. It seems so easy to pull up stakes, move to a different house, job, or town and believe miracles will happen and that our lives will change for the better simply because of the move. We tend to forget that wherever we go, we take us. We take our emotions, our feelings, and everything we are made of. The only thing which will make our lives better is to change us inside. We are the only ones who can do this with God's help. We must do away with the negative attitudes and change to positive thinking. No external thing can make us happy. Meditation for today. Help me to change my attitudes so serenity gets easier to find. Today I will remember geographic changes alone will not enhance my life. Fair use. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. February 28th. Tradition 2. Our group conscious is a spiritual method by which a higher power is expressed in our discussions and our decisions. Most of our decisions are based on what is best for the most instead of what is best for the few. BRB, page 501. Our families were not spiritually focused, and the decisions they made were rarely, if ever, reflective of a higher power's loving presence. We may not be much better in our personal decisions. We can be driven by our false selves that react to seemingly small provocations. In ACA, we collectively learn to gather the wisdom and strength to be courageous about group decisions, taking the necessary measures to ensure safety while not stifling creativity. At the beginning of a group's conscious, our business meeting, We say the serenity prayer to invite a higher power into the process. We try to keep our individual egos out of it, sometimes feeling the need to repeat the serenity prayer as a way of staying higher power centered. As opinions are expressed, we may see the group making progress for the greater good while valuing each other's participation. If the group conscious process is working well, we may not even notice that we have become a group of actors rather than false self reactors. What a wonderful experience. The affirmation reads, on this day, I will remember that I am only part of a group's conscious. I will seek the greatest good for the group while trusting that our decisions is an expression of our higher power's will and that we have the required spiritual strength to carry that out. DHB Devotion, Health and Beauty Recovery Network. Daily affirmations, reflections, meditations, and devotions read by me, Day. Subscribe, like, share, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be, one day at a time.